What's in the box?
Ahoy, comic art fanatics! I'm Stingray, and welcome to my cove. Pumpkin season has descended upon us, so cheers to all of you that celebrate. I'm just over here enjoying some pumpkin coffee because I love pumpkin. I love fall. It's not fall yet. We've got another month to go, but I'm here today because I have another art unboxing for you guys. I have a package that came in that hails all the way from Dallas, Texas, and smells a little bit like money, which must mean it's time to reveal my latest heritage win. So let's start to dig into this bad boy, shall we? This one is kind of an interesting one because there have been a lot of these on Heritage recently. The Heritage weekly auctions have had a lot of items that are similar to this. And the problem is that I keep forgetting that the Heritage weekly auctions, the live bidding portions are on Wednesday evenings. And so I haven't been tuning in to actually bid, and I missed my opportunity. And I haven't gotten one of these until now. I actually, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I actually caught the live bids on Wednesday night, and I was able to bid and win this piece. What is it? What have there been multiples of? So recently there's been a lot of art by Mike Kaluta on Heritage Weekly auctions. And in particular, there have been multiple pieces of trading card art by Mike Kaluta, all of which come from a collectible card game called Legend of the Five Rings, or L5R for short. Now, L5R is one of those card games that's been around for a while. I want to say the original version of the game debuted roughly around the same time as Magic the Gathering, so in the early 90s. It was around for many years, owned by a company called AEG. And then in 2018, I think, the IP got bought and it got relaunched by Fantasy Flight Games, who's a company that's big on making like actual board games. But they relaunched a new version of the card game, and it was one of their, what they call LCGs, or living card games. And I actually played the L5R, the 2018 version, a bit. It was fun. It was a complex game, but I enjoyed it. Uh-oh. Try not to cut the art here. There we go. Oh, there we go. I have experience playing the game. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. It was fun. It was, like I said, it was kind of complicated, but it was entertaining and enjoyable. But this is an earlier version of the game, the art that I have today. This is actually from 2005. Oh, that's cool. And I'll be honest with you guys, this isn't necessarily the best example of the L5R art by Kaluta. It's not necessarily my favorite one, but as I said, it's the one I actually remembered to bid on. So this is the art for a card called the Obi of Silence. I had to look this one up a little bit just to get some backstory on this because I wasn't sure who the character in the art here was. This character honestly is nobody because this is actually a card that represents an item in the game. The card is actually this thing here. This is the Obi. An Obi is apparently a sash that is worn over a kimono, and it's typically pleated so that it can be used. You have pockets, and it's usually also used to hold your daisho to your person. And your daisho is the pairing of a large blade and a small blade, typically a katana and a wakizashi. So this piece here represents the sash, the Obi, and it's the Obi of Silence, which in the game, it can stop characters from doing things. So you would use this on your opponent's characters in order to prevent them from performing actions or doing things. And so that's what this is about. This is a pretty cool piece of art. Like I said, this wasn't necessarily would have been my top choice of all of the L5R art by Kaluta, but beggars can't be choosers, right? And now I have a piece of Kaluta art in my collection. And I have to say that even though this wasn't necessarily my favorite, seeing it in person, I actually rather like it. The figure looks really good. I like the kind of simplistic background. The darkness, the dark colors make it seem like it's a nighttime shot. You know, the shadow on the faces, the darkened colors on the kimono. I feel like maybe this is a nighttime shot and you're seeing the glowing lights coming from inside the building behind. I also like that the character here is handling the obi with care. The face is very solemn. It seems like maybe the folding or the preparation of it is very meditative and perhaps ceremonial. And I love the design, you know, the symbols on the kimono and all of the little the shapes and everything on the obi itself. I think it looks really cool. And the color work here is really nice. Again, this would not necessarily have been my first choice, but I can say that I have Kaluta art in my collection now, and that's kind of cool in and of itself. And you know, what's really funny is like right here, the text, it says Obi of One, which I'm assuming is a little Star Wars joke. But the actual card was called the Obi of Silence. So this is a piece of L5R or Legend of the Five Rings card art. And I just think it's pretty cool. It's a very nice piece with some really pretty colors by Mike Kaluta. And that's all I have to say on this one. And it was a little bit more affordable than some of the other pieces, and it's definitely I think it was a bit more affordable than some of the other comic works by Kaluta. So I'm happy with this. I think this is a good pickup, and I'm glad to have Kaluta in my collection finally. Who's to say if I may get some more in the future? We'll see. But that's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to tune in for the next unboxing video, which I don't know when that'll be, but you'll find out, I'm sure. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. See you next time.